Welcome back to the Draft Ranking Show. It is Tuesday night, so that means we're going to be doing a team mock draft, 7 rounds with one singular team. Last week we did the Raiders. A lot of replies. A lot of people hated it. Some people loved it. Obviously, they got Fernando Mendoza. Across the division will be the Kansas City Chiefs, who missed the playoffs for the first time in what feels like ever. The first time under Patrick Mahomes, they missed the playoffs. Patrick Mahomes obviously dealt with a knee injury. We're going to be doing a 7-round mock draft with the Chiefs. They have 6 picks this year, picking at 9, 40, 74, 109, 146, and 176. From a offseason perspective, they are currently projected 32nd in their cap space availability with minus $57 million. Pat's cap hit is $78 million. Chris Jones, $44 million, to name a few. Travis Kelce currently not under contract, nor is Isaiah Pacheco, Kareem Hunt, Hollywood Brown, Juju, Tyquan Thornton, to name a few pieces on offense. On defense, they're also going to be losing, currently projected to lose, Leo Chanel, Jalen Watson at corner, along with Brian Cook at safety, second rounder from 2022, with Jerry Tillery and Charles Omenihu and Derek Nandi on the defensive line. So a lot of pieces potentially departing Kansas City and only 6 draft picks. So we'll see. Potentially a trade is offered our way, but we'll see what Brett Veach and the Kansas City Chiefs can do. I don't think they're going to be just mailing it in. I know they're going to expect Pat to be back at some point in the fall. That is obviously way too early to tell right now. Some expectations for guys like Felix Anudike-Uzomah, who's a former first-round pick from the Kansas State football team, along with Ashton Galate from Louisville, expected to take a step forward again in 2026. So, without further ado, let's jump into the Kansas City Chiefs 7-round mock draft. I'm Cody Carpentier, of course, with the draft rankings. Please click that like button. Please click subscribe. We're here every single night of the week, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Either a short show, 10 minutes, with just myself doing solos on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, or on Monday and Wednesday with building the big board with Matty Kiwoom on Mondays. And then on Wednesdays, we do a number of different things. So, those are longer shows. Those are all 40, 45-minute longer format. But Kansas City Chiefs, let's get this thing underway. Quit talking, start mocking. Here we go. Kansas City Chiefs are picking at number 9. The first 9 picks off the board. Fernando Mendoza to the Raiders. Arvell Reese, David Bailey, Caleb Downs, Jeremiah Love to the Giants. Ruben Bain to the Browns. Mansour Delane to Washington. And Makai Lemon, the wide receiver from USC, goes to the New Orleans Saints. So the best available players, according to PFF right now, is Carnell Tate, Sonny Styles, Francis Mauigoa, Jermod McCoy from Tennessee, Peter Woods from Clemson, Jordan Tyson from Arizona. Interesting. I think directly my first thought would be, okay, is Kelce back? It's way too early to tell right now. I assume Kelce's going to be back, but again, with the Patrick Mahomes injury, it leaves question marks for me of what Kelce's going to do in 2026. I assume he's going to be back under a team-friendly deal that keeps him in town one more year. This tight end class is good, but it's not great. It's not enough to where I think they take Kenyon Sadiq right here. So I think you eliminate the tight end position. No Jeremiah Love available, so you eliminate the running back position. If you're looking at wide receiver and looking for somebody to complement the Rashee Rice or the Xavier Worthy roles of this world, which is the burner in Worthy and the possession guy in Rashee, there's an opportunity to where you could put Rashee Rice on the outside and you could draft a guy. Actually, I'm wrong. Makai Lemon's gone, so I can't do that. So Jordan Tyson, I think Jordan Tyson and Carnell Tate, both guys that can play outside and are proper twos. And you can, if you look at Rashee Rice as your number 1, you can go that direction. I'm not sure Kansas City fans will be the happiest if they went the direction of wide receiver with what this class is and who's potentially available here. I generally kind of want to lean towards Sonny Styles. They got a maniac in Leo Chanel on the roster. Drafting defense has generally boded well for the Kansas City Chiefs in the first round. George Karlaftis in 2022. They took Felix Anudike-Uzomah the year later. That was a little bit of reach, but again, it was the last pick of in the round. So it is what it is. Trent McDuffie in the first round. We've heard Daniel Jeremiah floated a little bit of an idea of trading Trent McDuffie to the Dallas Cowboys. That would, of course, help in potentially getting another draft pick or two in this year's class. But again, there's a lot of guys in the first couple of rounds that they've spent on defense. Omar Norman-Lott from Tennessee last year. Ashton Galate in the third round last year from Louisville. Nick Bolton in the second round. Shamari Connor in the fourth round. A lot of guys in the first 2, 3, 4 rounds on defense. I think Sonny Styles fits perfectly in here in this Leo Chanel role at linebacker next to Nick Bolton and Drew Tranquill. The other conversation you could say is, do you want to go cornerback? You have Christian Fulton under contract. You have Trent McDuffie, like I said, bump him back into the slot. You can bring Chris Roland Wallace out of the lineup, and you can put in a Jermod McCoy. We talked about Mansour Delane, went 2 picks ago to the Washington Commanders. I think what I'm talking myself into with this ever important number 1 pick, and again, I don't want to also ignore the fact that there is a Francis Maui-Noah available right now. The problem is, do you add, is that the top of the list? Is putting him in over Jawan Taylor the top of the list at right tackle? I think you take Sonny Styles here at 9th overall, Ohio State. There's the first selection. We drop down to pick 40, which is, again, going to be Ty Simpson goes to the Jets, the first pick of second round. Brandon Cisse to the Cardinals. Caleb Lomu falls to second round to the Titans, offensive tackle from Utah. Christian Miller, defensive lineman from Georgia, goes to the Raiders. R. Mason Thomas to the Giants. Keith Abney to the Texans. And Omar Cooper Jr. from Indiana to the Cleveland Browns. So, again, we walked away with Sonny Styles in round 1, and Anthony Hill falls to us in round 2. That's going to be close. A lot of people are wishy-washy on Hill. I do think Ant Hill is going to be available potentially in this category. I think you're looking anywhere from Denver at 30. You got Patriots at 31 that could use a linebacker. You got the Raiders at 36, and I think Kansas City, of course, if they didn't go Sonny Styles in round 1, would be an option there for him. Let's check out the running back position. I don't think anybody else went in the rest of round 1. No. So Jadarian Price would be the number 1 running back available. Again, you're sitting right now with just Brashard Smith as your running back on the roster. So one of these guys we do need to bring to the Kansas City Chiefs in this draft. So we're picking right now pick 40. We'll pick again at pick 74. I think pick 74 might be the spot where we could potentially get like a Mike Washington, potentially Nick Singleton falls there, broke a fifth metatarsal in his foot last month at the Senior Bowl. Options there for value at pick 74. I'm going to kick running back to pick 74. So that means we're looking at, for me, wide receiver I'm looking at right here. And then I think you could also consider corner or D tackle. So let's check out wide receiver quick. Got to get rid of running back. So we're looking at Jeremy Bernard, Elijah Surratt, CJ Daniels. You know what? This might tick off a lot of people in Kansas City land, but it also might make a lot of them happy. If you know Zachariah Branch, you know Zachariah Branch. Zachariah Branch is going to get a lot more helium as the NFL Combine goes through. He's going to run the low 4.3s. And I've got the comp to Tyreek Hill for 3 years now. Why I think that's okay, there's only 3 guys in my brain that have this qualification, that can have what I call rubber knee ligaments, right? Made out of rubber. They bend in every direction at full speed. Tyreek Hill, Zachariah Branch, and Malachi Toney at the University of Miami right now. Zachariah Branch has been training with Tyreek Hill for the last couple of years. Tyreek Hill, of course, got released from the Miami Dolphins. He's recovering from his knee injury. If you want to potentially bring back Tyreek Hill on a little bit of a deal, and you bring in a Zachariah Branch, I mean, there's worse things you could do here. I'm going to go Zachariah Branch. You need this dynamism. I know you have Xavier Worthy, but this is a different piece here in Zachariah Branch at pick 40. Chiefs fans are going to hate this. I know you will, but I'm going to do it. Wide receiver Zachariah Branch at pick 40. All right, we're back on the clock at pick 74, and I'm going to run over to running back right away. Jonah Coleman, Emmett Johnson, not Seth McGowan, Nick Singleton, Mike Washington's still way down there. So we got to wait. Can we wait 35 more picks for running back? In real life, I think Washington's going to start going between this. I think Washington's in this watch. We might need to trade up. We do have 2 trades we could go down. Our 2 trade offers are from Denver and the Jets. Those are 2 teams that are willing to trade with us, trade down. They want to come down from 103 and from 94. We could trade from 94, but I think that would take – could we get 94 and 108? I would love to do 94 and 108 to move down 20 spots. Let's do that. We're going to drop down 20 spots with the Broncos to pick 94. We're going to also pick up 108 in round 4 as well. Let's do that. Let me take it. There it is. Let's do this. Resume draft. Pick 94. We're back on the clock here. So now we have this pick at 94, and then we have 108, 109. Let's get a running back at 108, 109. I think. Let's check running back here quick. Singleton's still available. Washington. I think we're safe to wait on running back till right then. Okay, so where are we back to? We're back to defensive line. All right. Best available right now is, for me, it's going to be Grayson Holton from Oklahoma. You can check him out right here. 6'2", 292 pounds from Oklahoma. I had a really good Senior Bowl down in Mobile. Skylar Gil-Howard, maybe the most underrated defensive lineman from Texas Tech this last year. Tim Keenan, not that impressive at the Senior Bowl. I would generally lean Grayson Holton. We have to do another pick here in just a minute. Let's check out cornerback. Will Lee. I love Igbinosun here. I gave Igbinosun to the Raiders in that last mock last week. I like him. I like Malik Muhammad. I'm going to go. I like Igbinosun a lot, though. So I'm between Igbinosun, Grayson Holton. I think Holton falls. And let's check out running back again. Singleton's available right then. Singleton. I think Mike Washington's severely underrated on this board here, and I'm worried about him. So I'm going to take Mike Washington at 94. We're going to fall down to pick 108. We're going to run up to the board. We're going to get our cornerback, Igbinosun. Yes, we got Igbinosun, and then our next pick is going to be defensive line. Can we still get Grayson Holton? We still got Grayson Holton, defensive lineman from Oklahoma, to come in there and play defensive line next to Omar Norman Lott, Zach Pickens from the 2025 draft, or 2024 draft, and then, of course, the old man Chris Jones. I like Grayson Holton joining the roster right here. All right, so we have two picks left, pick 146 and pick 176. Currently, the Kansas City Chiefs have two Ohio State Buckeyes, Sonny Styles, pick 9 overall, Davison Igbinosun at pick 108. We got Zachariah Branch at pick 40, Mike Washington, pick 94. Then we got our defensive lineman in Grayson Holton at pick 109. I'm going to check out safety quick. Not a fan of what's available, unfortunately, so we're going to pass on safety. I'm going to have to address that by re-signing a guy like Brian Cook. I know that room has gotten a little bit sparse now. We do probably need to draft one. I don't have a fan. Probably Robert Spears Jennings, but we don't need to do it now. We can do it at pick 176. Let's see here. Offensive line. Let's check out offensive line. Interior is probably good. DJ Campbell can play. I like Jude Bowery quite a bit as a little bit of a project. Emil Wagner had a fantastic Shrine Bowl. This is actually a pretty good availability right here on the offensive line. I think we could. Can I get Emil Wagner to play right? Good length on him. I'm going to take Emil Wagner. Emil Wagner, a great Shrine Bowl. They said, people I talked to, I didn't go to the Shrine Bowl this year. I have the last couple of years, but people I talked to that were at the Shrine Bowl said pretty much nobody could beat Emil Wagner down there at the Shrine Bowl. We're getting him here in the 5th round. I like the tape on Emil Wagner. I don't have him as a top 10 offensive tackle in the class, just to put it transparently. I'll bring up my rankings right now. I think I have him at like 12, right behind Caleb Tiernan, right ahead of Alan Heron from Maryland. I got Emil Wagner at 12. He's got 34 5/8-inch arms. I compared him to Dylan Radins from North Dakota State. They got a 4th round grade on Emil Wagner. We're getting him here at pick 146 in round 5 to play right tackle. And then at 176, what did I say? We're going to come back to safety. We're going to come back to safety, and we're going to get ourselves a Robert Spears Jennings from the University of Oklahoma. 6 foot, 213 pounds. Come on down. That's the draft for the Kansas City Chiefs. We're out of here way longer. Usually we go 10 minutes. This thing is 13 and a half. I just let this clock just run on us here. There is the draft for the Kansas City Chiefs. They gave us a C. What a terrible grade for a fantastic draft. Sonny Styles, Zachariah Branch, trade down, get Mike Washington, add Davison Igbinosun in the whole deal, Grayson Holton, Emil Wagner to play right tackle, and Robert Spears Jennings. They give us an F on Mike Washington and Zachariah Branch. I got 2 words for you if you want to give me an F for Zachariah Branch and Mike Washington.